Hello, welcome back to History Stories. I'm Dr. Megan Easley-Walsh, an author, writing consultant, and scholar. My life is full of history and stories, and I'm sharing even more of them with you in these episodes of Season 2. Last week, I spoke about how in this season, we're going to explore some locations in Ireland where I live that are linked to my novels. Today, we're diving into the world of costumes and movies. In my novel, Painted Faces, Vivian dreams of becoming a Hollywood star. In Season 1, Episode 5, we spoke about the real-life offer of $10 for any woman, quote, brave enough, as well as the stories behind Universal classic monster movies. Historical background adds to the texture of a story, and today we're looking into the fabrics and accessories that supply some of this literal texture. The Museum of Style Icons is located in the Irish town of Newbridge in County Kildare, above the Newbridge Silver showroom. The Newbridge Silver Museum offers guided tours to see the craftsmanship of the handmade silver, and Newbridge Silver itself began in the 1930s, further linking this location to my novel Painted Faces, which takes place in 1938. However, for the purpose of this episode, I think we should climb the stairs. Upstairs from the Silver showroom is the Free Museum of Style Icons. This is somewhere I often feel is overlooked, and yet it would be very interesting to many tourists. The museum itself is not that big, and the displays change, but original costumes, clothes, props, and other artifacts from Hollywood and other celebrities are featured. Inside, you'll find costumes and memorabilia from famous stars, including the bottle from I Dream of Jeannie, the fireplace screen from Gone with the Wind, Marilyn Monroe's high school yearbook, dresses from Audrey Hepburn, suits from the Beatles. Various specialty-themed exhibits take place, and so what exactly you see on the day will be a bit of a surprise and a treasure hunt to uncover what is present. Newbridge itself is close to the Curragh of Kildare, where the horses race and where many hundreds of sheep still roam. Although it's much greener than Vivian's views of Kansas and Painted Faces, I think she'd appreciate how these glamorous pieces of Hollywood are so near to farmland. It would help her dream seem closer and more achievable. I smile at the thought of Vivian seeing memorabilia from famous stars, although admittedly she'd need to be a few decades younger as we are in order to really appreciate the wealth of 20th century Hollywood glamour. Here's more about Painted Faces. In 1938, when running to her future and trying to escape his past, only one place will do. Destination, Hollywood. Yearning to be a star, Vivian is anxious to leave small-town farm life behind. Marriage, kids, and endless chores don't fit into her plans. If she doesn't escape, she'll repeat her mother's life, and her dreams will be doomed. Broken-hearted, Marcus has little to show for his life, save for the simple pleasures of Budapest. But someone certainly thinks he's worth noticing, and he's forced to flee when the attention turns deadly. Walking away from his mother and sister might be the only thing to save them, or it might put them within grasp of a madman. Hollywood beckons with its bright lights and grand opportunities. It seems big enough to make her dreams come true and for his past to be concealed. But within the shadowy streets, dusty canvas flaps of the circus, and inside the movie studio creeps mystery and danger. Will they be caught in the crosshairs of a plot that's turned international and lethal? As I mentioned in last week's episode, I'm going to end each episode this season with the opening lines of the novel we're discussing. Books and inspiration often know no end, and so everything comes back around again to the beginning. Painted Faces is available in print, digital, and audiobook if you'd like to discover more. August 1st, 1938. There's nothing wrong with Kansas. I should know. I lived there my whole life. The only thing is, I have dreams that are gigantic, and in Kansas, my dreams just don't fit. You know how Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz books, by the way, MGM's filming that this year, is lifted out of Kansas into an extraordinary world, and suddenly there's magical creatures and new friends, but also dangers she never could have imagined? That's me, except that I'm not a fictional character, even though I love them, particularly those on the silver screen. I'm real. I'm Vivian Blanche Harris, and less than a year ago, I would have thought that The Wizard of Oz was only a book. I also would never have thought that somewhere as far away as Budapest could have any bearing on my life. Europe existed as a foggy, over-there place. It might have been Camelot, for all I knew about it. But that was then. That was before. Before what, you ask? Before everything. Before I disappointed my family and friends. Before I dared to dream bigger than I ever have. Before I learned that the horror of the films in the theater pales in comparison to the reality that can be encountered in the world and is often far from obvious. After all, the movies are in black and white, and we live in color. Each day, I'm discovering another facet of that color. The 20 candles on my cake today remind me of all those possibilities as I pause to reflect on all that I've wished for and all that's happened. Thank you for joining me for this episode of History Stories. I look forward to exploring more with you in the next episode. And in honor of Vivian, keep that sparkle and those dreams alive.